Today we're going to be speaking about self-employment. Please make sure you have a pen and paper to make any notes, as you will be asked to answer questions at the end of the video. What is self-employment? Self-employment can be defined as the state of working for oneself rather than an employer. They manage their business for themselves and accept accountability for its outcomes, whether that's positive or negative. Self-employment is very common in many industries due to the satisfaction that can come with it. This is because people who are self-employed can create their business from scratch and are able to work towards their goals truly on their own account. On the other hand, some people may be against the idea of self-employment due to not having a guaranteed income. This is because if you are starting from scratch and therefore don't already have loyal customers, you are going to have to build this up over time, which can cause a financial pause throughout some months. Flexibility is a huge factor of being self-employed. When self-employed, independence is increased, which can allow for a better work-life balance and therefore a potential improved quality of life. When choosing to be self-employed, you are choosing to create your own business. With this comes a lot of responsibility, but also creative freedom. You can customize your customer experience and how you want to work, so you can work the most comfortably and provide high-quality services. When you are self-employed, you have more responsibilities than you would if employed by someone else. For example, you would have to be responsible for processing your own tax returns at the end of each year. The aim of this video is to help you understand self-employment, what it is, and why people do it. How to register as self-employed. When you begin to work for yourself, you are classed as a sole trader. This means you are self-employed even if you haven't told HM Revenue and Customs. You are self-employed if you run your own business and take responsibility for its success or failure. You have several customers at the same time. You can decide how, when, and where you work. You can hire other people at your own expense to help you with the work. You provide the main items of equipment. You are responsible for finishing any unsatisfactory work in your own time. You charge an agreed fixed price for your work. You sell goods or services to make profit. If you fit the criteria for being self-employed, you need to set up as a sole trader. You can do this in the government website, which is linked below this video. On this page, it will take you through various steps, such as checking eligibility, choosing a business name, plan your tax bills. Tax returns. A self-assessment tax return is a system the government uses to collect income tax. When employed by a company, tax will be deducted off your pay automatically. However, when you are self-employed, you take all the money directly from your customers at the end of the year, so you must manually return your income tax to the government. Income earned through self-employment or through running your own company is taxed at lower rates than income earned from employment. It is said that the tax differences arise mostly because employees' salaries are subject to employer national insurance contributions, whereas others' incomes are not. If you do not pay your tax return on time, you can be charged interest or a penalty fine. When submitting your tax returns, there are deadlines. A tax year runs from the 6th of April to the following 5th of April each year. Any money earned between that time must be declared by sole traders, and you have until the 31st of January after the most recent tax year to do so. For example, last year's tax year ended in the most recent April, and sole traders now have until the upcoming January 31st to submit their tax returns. To avoid interest or penalty fines, it is important you submit your tax returns on time and correctly. If you are required to send a tax return and have not sent one before, you must register for self-assessment. If you're new to self-assessment, you'll need to keep records, for example bank statements or receipts, so you can fill in your tax return correctly. For help on how to fill in your tax return, visit the link below. How to tax returns. Online registration. Step 1. Create an account with HMRC. Visit the HMRC website and navigate to Self-Assessment registration page. Click on the Register for Self-Assessment link to begin the process. Provide your personal details. Verify your identity. Step 2. Get your unique taxpayer reference. Once your registration is processed, HMRC will issue you a unique taxpayer reference number, which is known as your UTR. The UTR is a unique identifier that you will use for all future communications with HMRC regarding your tax affairs. Step 3. Set up a Government Gateway account. Create a Government Gateway account on the HMRC website using your UTR and other personal details. This account will serve as your online portal for managing your tax obligations, including filing your self-assessment tax return. Step 4. Activate your account. HMRC will send an activation code to get your registered address. Log into your Government Gateway account and enter the activation code to complete the setup process. Online registration benefits. Increased efficiency. Online registration streamlines the entire registration process by eliminating the need for manual submissions of paper forms. By inputting your information directly onto the HMRC system, you can ensure accuracy and completeness. Instant confirmation. Immediate confirmation of your registration status and overall real-time feedback. Convenience. You can access your tax anytime, anywhere when using online services. You can view, update, and track your tax obligations without office hours getting in the way. By post registration benefits. Accessibility. Ideal for those who prefer traditional paper-based methods or do not have reliable internet access. Documentation. Ability to maintain physical records of their application. Assistance. Can seek guidance from tax professionals whilst completing registration. How to tax returns. By post registration. Step 1. Get a form SA1. Download form SA1 from the HMRC website or request a copy by calling HMRC helpline. Fill out form with accurate information about your personal details, income sources, and reasons for registering. Step 2. Submit your SA1 form. Once you have completed Form SA1, send it to the address provided on the form. Ensure all information is accurate and up to date to avoid delays in processing your registration. Step 3. Receive your UTR. Upon successful processing of your registration form, HMRC will issue you a UTR number. Keep this number safe to use for future interactions with HMRC regarding your tax affairs. Claiming expenses. If you are self-employed, your business will have various running costs. You could deduct some of these costs to work out your taxable profit as long as they're allowable expenses. For example, your business turnover is £40,000 and you claim £10,000 in allowable expenses. Therefore, you only pay tax on the remaining £30,000, which is known as your taxable profit. Allowable expenses do not include money taken from your business to pay for private purchases. Things you can claim as allowable expenses are office costs, stationery or bills, travel costs, fuel, parking, train or bus fares, clothing expenses, uniforms, staff costs, salaries or subcontractor costs, things you buy to sell on, stock or materials, financial costs, insurance or bank charges, costs of business premises, heating, lighting, business rates, advertising and marketing, website costs, training courses, refresher courses. You cannot claim expenses if you use your £1,000 tax-free trading allowance, which is an allowance you can use for casual miscellaneous income of up to £1,000. If you need support, we're here to help. If you need support with discovering self-employment, you can speak to your safeguarding lead, speak with your safeguarding champion, or use online resources to find out more on self-employment. Please visit the links below this video for guidance on self-employment.